How Long Gone, coming to you live from the beautiful Standard Hotel, King's Cross, London, mate. Jason and I just touched down thanks to our friends at Delta One, Heathrow, 7:30 a.m., bleary-eyed into a long line at customs, but we made it in a beautiful London black cab all the way to our destination. Jason, how are you feeling post red eye?
Bad. No, it was fine. I mean, like the last 24 hours definitely a blur. When you do that
Are you saying it's all a blur?
It's all a blur. 8 p.m. wheels up out of JFK. A scant sub 6-hour transatlantic flight. That was surprising.
5:40 in the new Delta Big Daddy.
5 and change.
There was a stewardess that Jason made friends with that just was
flight attendant.
Stewardista. That's what I'm gonna start calling your mom.
Damn. She'd be like, "Oh, that's fun."
But yeah, there was a chatty stewardista on the flight, and it was just she was
also, to preface, she asked me what I did, and I told her the name of the podcast. So 50-50 chance she's listening to this right now.
I mean, she was an older lady in her probably mid-50s, looking good.
She looked 37 tops.
Had the glasses on, so it was giving kind of mature Pornhub.
Mature search filter parameters?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, mature search pistol.
Not like a mature cheddar. But
No,
you'll see
not
in some of these shops around here.
Not like the Tyrell's chip flavor. But then she was really chatting with Jason in a way that I think he could have taken her to the Mile High Club.
Oh, I could have easily shagged her rotten in the loo, of course, but I'm a married man.
No, I wouldn't want to give you any ideas, but then I think she spilled a drink on you, and I believe that was a way of flirting, because an air hostess at this level, Delta One International, they don't spill.
I've never been spilled upon, and I've flown Southwest.
And you were wearing a white shirt.
So luckily I had my blanket on. So what happened was I was watching a movie. I mean, this was like not that long ago. I don't even remember what movie I was watching. I'm just so out of it. But watching a movie, she brings me a sparkling water with a lemon wedge on the rocks, and I drink it. She comes by with her. She's collecting all the cups, grabs my empty, puts it on her tray, and then she starts telling me the story. And we're talking, and we're just talking and talking. And
I bet she failed to mention her husband, but continue.
She did. Mm-hmm. Wow, how did you know? And then she was animatedly speaking with her hands,
gesticulating, if you will.
Yes, and she just the very same cup that was taken from me 2 minutes prior was now on my lap, and it was just ice cubes, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But she did not miss a beat in the convo. Mm-hmm. She said, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I talk with my hands. That's just what I do."
Same.
And I'm like, "Honey, not in first class, not in transatlantic 360." So then she doesn't miss a beat in the story while I am now kind of with my head between my knees, trying to fish out ice cubes and spent lemon wedges from my crotch area, and kind of placing them back into her possession. Not
some discarded bar fruit in the crotch area, especially when you're wearing shorts on the plane. That's crazy. That's a crazy visual for the listener.
Come off it, man. Come
off it.
But yeah, we stayed in touch. You know, she said she's gonna come to the show the second night.
Yeah. Did you have a delicious meal?
Mm-mm. No, actually, she brought out the food. It was like a chicken with mash and spinach. I took a couple bites. It was pretty fucked up. I didn't even eat the spinach. The spinach
Did you have the sundae though?
I did not get the sundae.
Did you know what they featured on the sundae?
Figgy jam. I don't know.
Crushed up Biscoff.
You joking?
You joking?
Did you have it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you fat boy.
I know. Well, I didn't eat a meal because I'm not disgusting, but the sundae cart rolls around. You know, you're feeling
I went for the fruit and cheese for dessert.
Cheese isn't a dessert. It's a disgusting dairy product, but sure.
I didn't eat all I was mainly in it for the grapes. Oh, baby. Nature's candy, right?
I have some delicious grapes here in the room, thanks to our friends at the Standard Hotel. If you want to eat them.
I'll be nicking them on the way out.
You can have them. I don't eat grapes. Grapes are truly disgusting. The skin, can't do it.
Jesus.
Yeah, but the crushed up Biscoff on the scoop of vanilla and with some Hershey's was slapping.
Went down a treat.
It was a nice treat. I had to allow myself that treat because I had to. I'm like a child. I had to give myself a reward after giving myself a shot in the bathroom. So it was worth it.
So you're like, I have to put something in my stomach when I shoot into the ass. Let's do ice cream.
I just wanted. It's like when you go to the doctor as a kid. You know, they give you a lollipop. That was my lollipop. I just want to give myself a little treat.
I want a lolly.
I want a little lolly.
How was it sticking a needle in your ass 30,000 feet in the air?
Pretty clean. Easy.
It was nice.
Yeah, easy. I mean, I wouldn't want to do it in you know.
You wouldn't want to do it in the Range Rover on the way up to the country house?
No. With Soho Farmhouse, I would wait till I got to luxurious bathrooms, of course. But no, I wouldn't want to do it in a regional, in a Boston to New York flight or something where the bathroom is so small I have to
nasty
squat to get in the door. You know. But I'm glad we made it. I did watch.
I also skipped breakfast, just for the record, Chris.
Me and you both, Chief.
Okay, I'm just hoping I'd get a little more praise from you. That's all.
I mean, I feel like you're doing some performative not eating right now.
I am.
And I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. I'm
as long as the ball goes over the line.
I see you, and I recognize this, and I'm proud of you.
I was inspired by watching the Amy Winehouse documentary.
Yeah, I watched the Tom Petty documentary about making wildflowers, and it's really bad. But it's such a classic record. I've been listening to it all morning.
Oh,
really smacks, man.
The thing I don't like about that documentary is it has Rick Rubin in it.
I think I didn't realize the whole story where he basically like fired his drummer, and then it was like a solo album instead of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. It's like, bro, you just got a new drummer. It's not, you know. But my dog Benmont Trench,
all the other Heartbreakers are still there.
Benmont Trench, the goat of tickling the keys, he has a lot to offer in the doc.
Benmont Trench.
You're not familiar with Benmont?
That sounds like a New Orleans restaurant.
He's truly, honestly, he's like one of the greatest.
It sounds like a train stop in Louisiana.
One of the greatest ticklers of all time.
Motherfucker can tickle.
He makes Letterman's guy look like a bitch.
Damn. Okay. That bald motherfucker, peanut head ass.
Oh.
Where are you at now? That's what I thought. Yeah. So we're in the lovely Standard Hotel. Beautiful day. You told me to bring a light jacket. That was after I had already packed, so I have not one. But luckily, the hotel here has brolies. How do you call an umbrella?
Oh, I don't know. I thought maybe you were gonna say you're just gonna go around the shops.
Brolly. Is that umbrella?
Yeah, it's the end of the week.
Rory Phillips said, chuck a brolly in the.
It's not looking positive for the end of the week. But we forgot to talk about this burrata gate.
Burrata gate. I didn't read the burrata article.
You don't need to read the burrata article. It's more senseless clickbait from my friends over at Grub Street, who love like dining sheds and like, you know.
Shed lovers, top 10 sheds.
Shed lovers and paying a living wage so we don't have to tip. Boring. But so there's basically a story that burrata is boring, and it's, you know, I can't believe you pay $20 for a dollop of burrata. They should try harder. The chef should try harder to make it something better. And to that I say, get a life.
Get a life.
Because burrata is a pretty across the board crowd pleaser, I feel like. And like, even if you just have a nice clean loaf to pair it with, I don't even need a seasonal tomato. I could just cut it off. I mean, I just don't understand what this person wants. What do you want from the burrata? I
didn't read the article, and I sort of pieced together that their beef is not with burrata itself. It's with the fact that restaurants have become lazy and relied on just buying a bunch of balls of burrata for $5, charging $20 for it. They put it in a bowl with a couple of herbs on top and a couple of plugs.
That's good. It's good.
Baroncini olive oil, and we call it a day.
And if you want to put your Frank's 457 olive oil on it at home, you could save a little money. But if you're going to a fucking restaurant, you know you're going to pay $20 for burrata. What do you like? What I don't understand. That's the deal.
I think people. She's, or I think it was a she.
It is a she.
A she, her who wrote it, and a lot of the sensibilities are in line with where I am, but but it's like an ingredient where it's like, it's anything you add to it, it doesn't necessarily make it better. It's like uni or
I see what you're saying.
Any like high grade ingredient like that, like a specialty ingredient. Oftentimes, the more you do to it, the more you're going to fuck it up. You know, letting it speak for itself. So if you have this beautiful burrata with this beautiful cream inside, it was just handmade by a master artisan, and they put hours of time and work into it. That's why it costs $20. You put it in a bowl, and you have some really nice, simple sea salt on it, and then you just sit there and concentrate on the flavor of this luxurious, gluttonous.
Even I know
treat.
this, and I'm not. I just don't. This just seems like a reach. But
what is her beef with bread and butter?
I mean,
it's the same thing.
Well, I mean, that's why
it's dairy fat and a carbohydrate. That's what burrata is.
And it's good.
And anytime you put more shit on it, it fucks it up.
Yeah, don't give me some grilled peaches. Please get the fuck out of here with that.
The butter is bomb as hell. The bread is bomb as hell. Salt, we're done. Anything else fucks it up.
You don't have to tell me, Chief.
Don't put some dumbass anchovy on there.
If I see one more fucking anchovy, I see people that I thought had money posting their little home toasts with fucking anchovies all over it, like they're living in a boat for the summer.
What's up, home toast?
Home toast is one. Home toast with some nasty canned fish on it. You guys look crazy. You go crazy. It's like you're a 20s hobo.
Yeah, opening the can of preserved octopus with like a screwdriver on a curb.
Oh, gross!
All the cats are starting to circle you. The neighborhood street cats.
That's the problem. That's what it is. That's what it is. Tin fish is cat food. That's what it is, and that's why people need to think about it.
You're over there. I'm plucking my micro cilantro with my tweezers, and then you got a little something purring against your leg. You're gonna let me lick the can. I don't want a bite of the toast.
Let me get a little can. I usually get sun kissed. This looking good.
Damn, can you what the dumpsters behind Stir Crazy are looking like?
Bro, don't even get me started, man. Fucking imagine the Fishwife production facility in Vernon. Oh my god, dude. It's a fucking
I just hear like the tugboat sound, like all the seagulls circling. throwing like the mackerel skeleton into the water.
Dude, honestly, it's so gross. But I'm happy to be here. We have a dinner tonight.
We digress.
With friend of the show Issy Wood. She's taking us to Oswald's, which is a popular haunt for the Royals.
Oh yeah, I was reading the Tatler article about this place.
And Tatler, Jason's kind of new to the Tatler.
What's the place called? Oswald's.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got to pull this up. Inside Oswald's, Robin Burley's exclusive private members club. Yeah, so we have to wear a coat. Luckily, I have a suit. It'll be the same suit that I'm wearing for night 1 of How Long Gone Live in London, as well as night 2 of How Long Gone Live in London, and maybe even in Copenhagen. Actually, no, we have a jacket to wear in Copenhagen, right?
We do have a jacket to wear.
Oh, lovely. But yeah, we're gonna go there, and we're gonna chuck down into London to try a local French fry and cheeseburger.
What if we saw a duke or a duchess or an earl? Do you think? I don't think we'd be able to identify.
I need
them.
to see a PM and a BM, Prime Minister and baby mama.
When you're going Prince for lunch and Central C for dinner.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to go check it out, though. I mean, I haven't been. I don't know if I've been to a place that a jacket is required in a very long time.
No, the last time we were in London, when we went and met up with, it was you, me, Carolyn, David Goggins, and the bro from Drake's.
They don't require a jacket at Claridge's.
Hey,
they don't.
I think it was a little jackety.
Well, I didn't wear one. Coggins always has a jacket on.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
And Michael Hill also, it's literally his job to have a jacket on.
I can't wait to check into Oswald's on foursquare.co.uk tonight.
Let's go. I'm hitting Chiltern Firehouse to get a drink with my friend Brooks, who's visiting from Charleston. I love a link up, when you're both from out of town.
So you're gonna meet a guy from Charleston,
fellow restaurateur. Yeah, we're gonna chop it up. He's just been in Copenhagen for a while, so I'm gonna try to get some tea.
Oh, okay, some TT time. Yeah. So I guess our guest today is a musician named Bully.
Alicia is her name.
Alicia.
The band is called Bully. I'm a huge fan. If you guys like music that's good, which a lot of you don't, but the album is called Lucky for You. It's on Sub Pop now. It's an absolute smash.
What would you describe the musical stylings to be similar to?
It's literally like Liz Phair, whole, like straight ahead, like girl, but like rocking, not some like crybaby shit. Like it's like upbeat. It's very good. Very good. Got some edge to it. Got some fuzz on it.
It's not some soft rock.
It's not some soft rock. It's not. Yeah. It's not. Yeah.
It's got some bollocks to it.
Yeah. It's not Boy Genius. It's good.
Oh, how the tides have turned, huh?
I hate it. I don't want it to be this way. I don't want it to be this way. But if you tweet war criminal, I can't support you anymore.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Never forget.
Never forget. Yeah. So we recorded this episode earlier a few days ago when we were still in Toronto.
Yeah.
When the morning after our show, so I was a little loopy, but in a good way. Like when I was recording it, I was like, oh,
this is the morning before our show.
Even worse. I was like, oh no, this is bad. I don't know anything. And then when I listened back on the edit, I was like, this sort of delusional malaise ended up being a positive thing.
You're always delusional, so that's good to know.
You know, like certain cheeses when they get mold, the mold is actually good. It's kind of like that.
Good mold. Yeah, Bully. The album is in stores now. I highly recommend it. I think she's going on tour in the near future as well.
R.I.P. Angus. R.I.P. We. R.I.P. We.
R.I.P. We. All right.
The amount of times I watched Pee-wee's Big Adventure with my brother, where Large Marge comes out and my brother would get scared and hide behind the couch. I've seen that movie 1,000 times.
Never seen anything that man has made, but people love him, and rest in peace.
You're too straight.
Rest in peace. Oh, I forgot. I got a shout out on the Joe Budden podcast.
Oof.
Not by name.
Massive.
Not by name. But I'm glad.
Just like this guy. That's what they said.
Well, I'm GQ in this case, I think.
That's what somebody's gonna say right before they punch you. They're gonna suck it. Hey, GQ.
No, but they seemed, or at least Joe, which is all I care about, seemed to get what I was saying and appreciate it. That like, we do talk about nothing and it's fire and I'm rich is not it is a compliment, maybe slightly backhanded, but in a fun way, out of respect for a fellow podcaster.
It takes a boss to know.
It's boss recognized boss hours over here.
You're elevated, floating above the normies.
But yeah, it was funny to hear it after they got back from vacation.
So thank you guys for listening. I have to go figure out when this episode is going to be released. This
is not good with the time zone stuff. London,
it's tricky.
We will see you Friday and Saturday night at the 100 Club in Soho. I think there's a few tickets left for the 5th. We might release a few for the 4th. On the 4th, our guest is the famed makeup entrepreneur,
creative makeup director.
Yeah, Issamaya French. And then on Saturday, we're joined by our longtime friend, author, and model. I would say, Raven Smith,
author/model.
And then if you want to come party with us on Saturday night here at the Standard at Sweeties, Jason, Roy Phillips, and a few guests are going to be on the 1s and 2s starting at 10 p.m. You can find the RSVP email on social media, unless you're stupid. And that's it. That's it. That's all I got.
That's it, guys.
And then Copenhagen next week, there's maybe a few tickets left. That one went really quick. And then we're doing a little in-store at Palms on the 9th to celebrate a new capsule we have coming out with them, which should be fun.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can get a 5:15 at Noma, get me a little reindeer dick. All right, guys. Enjoy the interview with Boule.
Okay, Alicia, I feel like we're all on the same wave right now because this is a
cool.
This is a rare 10 a.m. Recording time, and Jason and I are in Toronto because we have a show tonight.
Okay.
and Jason just got in from LA, so we had a long dinner last night. So it's we understand.
We're going through it, honey.
I would love to know what your excuse is, if you don't mind just telling us.
Well, I just I've got like a total of 4 hours of sleep for the past week. I just haven't been sleeping. And I also, on top of it, have like very bad, like morbid nightmares every night. So not only have I not been sleeping, but I like wake up with a pit in my stomach and I'm just like, okay, here we go.
Is it because you've known that this podcast was on the calendar for a few days now? And it's and that's where the night terrors begin?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sorry.
Is this something new for you, or have you always had sleep issues?
No, I've always had sleep issues.
You have all kinds of sleep issues. Okay, but you're sober now, right? You don't rely on drugs to sleep.
No. I mean, I still smoke weed here and there, but yeah, I don't.
Okay, well, I've got a tip for you. Smoke weed every night, a lot, and then you go to sleep, and then if you smoke enough weed, the dream dragon never comes out of his cage.
I did it last night, and it did not work.
You're like, bro, I tried. It didn't take.
I've been trying.
And you got, how, on a scale of 1 to 100, how high did you get?
I was like 75.
Okay.
It was legal weed, so I feel like that always like gets you a little bit more, you know?
Smoking legal.
She's smoking legal. I don't.
Okay.
I haven't smoked weed in a long time, but the legal stuff to me, it feels dorky, and I don't know.
You don't want to have your drugs have like a creative director design the branding and the packaging and the logo and everything.
Yeah.
Something wrong about that.
Yeah. Everything has been touched by a creative agency in our lives now. We can't avoid it, even illicit drugs.
To even go one step further, like when we just got to Canada, and I live in California where indoor and outdoor, legal and homegrown all exist in one beautiful community. But here in Canada, you get edibles or you get weed, and there's literally like the Canadian government stamp, like sticker on it, as if you're, it's like an official government document. And I don't want to look at like a government seal on a package that I'm about to use to listen to Kid Cudi and take off and go to Mars,
Yeah, it's like the equivalent of like Europe's like bad smoking pictures on their cigarettes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like the dead baby on the Marlboro Lights is like
but
a little
what's
far.
worse when you're about to get high? What's worse, like seeing like a grandma with a tube through her throat, or like government documents? Like, take your pick. They're both nightmare inducing.
No, neither is great.
Yeah, and like in this moment though, I feel like that would make me think of this UFO news, and that's kind of exciting to me. So I would pick that over like a grandma with her, like somebody on their deathbed. Like that definitely works. Like if they did that here,
that
smoke
works.
as many cigarettes.
So let's have you had any crossover collaborations between your nightmares and this recent UFO news?
No, I wish.
Okay.
I feel like wait, are we recording, or can I shake my coffee a little bit more?
Both. You can do both.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I'm very interested in you going Tom DeLonge mode with your UFO stuff.
Well, it's no longer a conspiracy, Chris. The government came out and said we got aliens on deck.
Okay, now we trust the government. Okay, I thought this podcast was anarchy leaning, but I guess not.
Let me take a step back. Okay, this is big. We need to give it space. Okay.
I can't believe you don't have your video on right now.
Believe it, girl. I'm like your nightmare. Where's that sound coming from?
We're in a hotel, so I turned it on because sometimes at home I just have internet issues, but here I felt free, and I felt it like the lighting is pretty flattering, and I borrowed Jason's DJ headphones because I left my AirPod case in a cab yesterday.
Whereas I'm recording on my end, so I turned the camera off to conserve the precious Wi-Fi, so you sound as good as possible, and also I look like shit. So it's a little bit of a win-win on my end of the Zoom.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like we're all there, so like.
Wait, hey, no, I'm not there. I look great. Fuck you. All right, first of all,
I'm there.
Don't speak for me. We just met. Don't speak for me.
Okay, I have on the docket. We have nightmares. We have aliens. Why are you only getting 4 hours of sleep? Is it because of the nightmares, or are you like working on something? Are you on tour? Is there a reason why you're keeping these hours?
I'm just a really bad sleeper. I feel like I was like, I've had sleep issues for like 7 years. there's a while where I was like taking Ambien every night, and then I was like, this is the best part of my day. I need to like put this on pause. And then I switched to like sleep gummies and everything else. And now, like, ever since then, it's like it just fluctuates so much. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, are you doing white noise? Have you
Yeah.
Okay, so you're like going full sicko mode, eye mask, white noise.
Have you tried watching Frasier on Hulu for about 8 hours?
I have tried it all. Like I have tried it all.
Does this run in your family? Do your parents have issues like this?
I don't think so.
Do your nightmares have a recurring theme?
Yes.
Okay. Do you feel comfortable talking about it? I would never ask you to say.
No, you would not want to know my nightmares. You would not want to talk to me anymore.
Damn. Okay, Jonathan from Korn. You don't want to know my twisted nightmares.
Honestly, morbid. Like my bandmates, they're the only ones who know. Some of them, sometimes if I'm like in the front seat, I will have a deep conversation with the driver and they will get a little piece of it, like a little glimpse, and they're like, what the fuck is wrong?
So your nightmares are like fentanyl. Just one grain could kill a whole family. Like you really are not ready to hear what's going on in your twisted mind.
I don't even write them down. Because I'm afraid someone's going to paper.
If the police find you'll surely be locked up forever.
I like that somebody's driving in the front. They're trying to stay awake, and you basically have to scare them instead of them pulling over to get some trucker speed. You have to scare them into driving all night. That's a good tactic.
Yeah, because people love it when you kind of stop them when they're doing something to tell them about a dream that you had a couple nights ago. They usually love that stuff.
I know it's the worst. It's the worst, but mine don't let people down.
Right, but when you're sitting on a hit, you're sitting on a hit. You got to put it out into the world.
Yeah. I'm not like, I had a dream like Girl Scout cookies look back. I'm like, I was in the middle of a shooting and like
okay,
yeah, there's some action here. I think maybe
it might be a good thing that you gatekeep your dreams, but. Whenever I was talking about this recently because I've had dreams and nightmares my whole life basically, and like everyone, but as I've gotten older.
All right, Meek Mill, calm down.
Yeah, right.
You ready?
I've probably been having nightmares like way longer than you have, so it's like not even a big deal. But as I've gotten older and I've had enough nightmares, I've figured out little hacks on how to win the nightmare. So like if something bad is happening, I will ask myself a question that I know I don't know the answer to. From like, let's say I'm like talking to Barack Obama or something like that in my dream, and if I ask him like, "Hey Barack Obama, what's the square root of 5,983?" and if Wait, actually, that's a bad answer. If I ask him a question that I know the answer to, and if Barack says the answer back, and then if I ask him a question I know the answer to, and the answer is like a gobbledygook, like blah, 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 then I know it's a dream, and then I could start shooting people, killing all the bad guys, and then I win the dream.
Though?
Yeah, that's very like you're very in touch with yourself in your dream.
Okay, don't give him credit like that. He's just smoking more than you. He's just smoking more. That's the only thing he's doing.
Look, I mean, I gotta go deep inside. I'm like the submersible. I gotta go to the very bottom of the Titanic. I could implode, but I might see some great treasures down below.
I don't dream at all. I feel nothing.
That kind of checks out for your whole personality.
I wake up fresh.
Damn.
Fuck you.
Must be nice.
No, not that I sleep.
Yeah, but I have the
but...
theory. I have a theory that the nightmares have to happen. The dreams have to happen. You're purging things out of your mind. And if you never purge them, then you're repressing them. And then one day, you know, you're going to get pancreatic cancer, or you're going to go to hell, or whatever it is, you know?
I had no plans to go to hell already.
So anyway, how's music going?
Alicia feels free. I can tell she feels free right now.
Yeah, this is a safe space.
Are you part of the Green Straw Mafia? Are you drinking a Starbucks right now?
Unfortunately,
good.
My local coffee shop, but
we hate supporting small businesses on this podcast, so I'm glad that you kind of align with us on that.
Yeah, where do you live? Where is the local coffee? Don't tell me the exact coffee shop, because one of our listeners will come find you, you know.
I live in Inglewood, East Nashville.
Inglewood.
East Nashville is how overdeveloped it. I haven't been in a couple years, but I have a lot of friends relocate.
How
there.
many bedrooms is the condo?
I have a house.
Oh,
Let's go. Oh.
Yeah, excuse me. I have a house. Okay. It's crazy though. Like I would say that it has. I've been in this house for 8 years, and my rent. My landlord's really cool and she likes me, so my rent has stayed the same, which is also crazy. But the moment I leave, this would go up like
Sure. I mean,
$1,000.
Sure.
yeah, the Nashville boom also felt like I just didn't know where those people were coming from. Kind of like, is it
California?
Yeah, that's the thing, is that it was like, if I think people outside thought it was like Midwesterners, instead of moving to New York or LA, they would move to Nashville.
Yeah.
But the reality was it was people trying to escape the hell of New York.
Is
and
it
LA.
is it cool people from California or not cool people from California? Be honest, please.
I mean, I would say not cool people from California. Like
Oh, interesting.
my
Okay.
neighbors spent like $500,000 on a house that 10 years ago probably sold for $189,000.
Sure.
And they have a Tesla, so it's just like,
Oh.
babe, you're not getting what you paid for. Like you're still in fucking Nashville, which is
Yeah,
very.
did my wife move next door to you? Because this sounds like my fucking life.
Wait,
I don't know.
I'm overpaying for a house and I have to put in my own charging station. This is fucking bullshit.
Hopefully, we got the Tesla lifted out there.
Got the mud tires on the Tesla. Are you friendly with these neighbors, or do they think you're a freak?
No, I think they think I'm a freak. I don't understand what's going on with my neighbors, because the one on my right I'm really close with and he definitely has my back and I love him. But then the ones across the street, for some reason, like I know they don't like me and I don't understand why, but it's confirmed because I think at one point maybe we were practicing here and it was like too loud. They didn't like it.
Okay, you're rocking too hard.
Yeah, I'm rocking too hard. They can't handle it. But the other day I was walking down my street and this like man rode up to me in a bike and he was like, "Are you my neighbor?" And I was like, where do you live? And he was like, "I live in that house over there." And he was like, I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I guess, because I live across the street." And he was like, "What happened to the little girl with the blonde hair?" Which was like, I used to have blonde hair. So I'm like, okay, as soon as I dye my hair, you're interested in me? Like, you wanted nothing to do with me. And also, if I wasn't her, why do you think I would know where she went?
Asking where the little girl with blonde hair went is a very kind of.
Are you sure this person on the bike wasn't your like grandpa? Because this sounds like something a grandpa would say to their granddaughter, you know?
I know. I was like,
"Where's that sweet girl of mine who used to have blonde hair?"
yeah, but he didn't say it like that. He was like, "Where's the little girl with the blonde hair?" Like he was waiting for me to get out of the house.
Oh.
And then he was like, "Do you like your hair?" I was like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
What a philosophical question. Hey, I have a question for you, stranger on the street. Do you like your hair?
Do you like your hair from a stranger? Is crazy.
He's like bordering kind of predator mode, and we gotta take care of this guy.
How old is this guy? Is he like considerably older, or is he like a peer?
He's maybe like 54, but this happened right after I was the street over. There's a circle that I can do, and I had a foster puppy and my dog, and obviously dogs stop at every mailbox. And this old guy had gotten his car and followed me, and he told me, he was like, "I saw you." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "I saw you looking through those mailboxes." And I was like, "I'm not looking through mailboxes." Or he said, "Looking through or at?" And I was like, "I'm just walking these dogs. Like, what the fuck do you think I would even want? Like, your electric bill? Why would I do that?" And then he proceeded to like push forward with it. And he's like, "No, I saw it." And then I was like, "You absolutely didn't." And he goes, "And if I see it again, I'm going to shoot you," and drove away. What? So this was after circling the street. And that is why I'm saying my neighbors are paying too much to live in this neighborhood.
Okay.
Yeah. No, they are.
Some unhinged shit going on right
here. That's technically illegal.
Definitely. Definitely.
And I feel, God, that's terrible. I mean, like, we all have had shitty neighbors over the past, but somebody saying, "If I see you looking at my mailbox again, I'm going to shoot you," especially in a place where like open conceal permits
where they actually have a gun
in like gun country. That's fucked up. You need to come move to California, babe.
Yeah,
all we're gonna do is get a stabbing at the most. Live to fight another day.
I know. I gotta get out of here. I didn't mean for it to take a dark spin. I guess I was laughing at it now because it's past. I mean, at the moment, I was definitely like, "Holy shit, I have to move."
I mean, that is just a strange. That is like he saw what he wanted to see, which is truly delusional. You know,
absolutely.
So it's scary, but yeah, Nashville's a place I feel like that is having a identity, like the new old identity crisis, you know?
Yeah.
Like you go to some of those, like, what's it, 12 South? You know, you go to some of these places
God,
or like where Barry's boot camp is one of my, there's a Barry's boot camp and then there's the turnip truck, the large one kind of in the same area. And that shit feels like an outdoor mall in California.
Yeah.
And it's like, this isn't charming in any way.
Yeah, except for you also have the pedal taverns and like the bachelor parties, so it's even worse than that.
Okay, so where are we gonna move to, babe? We got to get you the fuck out of this shithole.
What's the plan?
I'm coming to LA.
Let's go.
I'm a Cali bitch now.
Do you same?
Welcome home, hooker. We've been waiting.
Did you guys meet on a bachelorette party? I feel like the odd man out here.
You have to come visit me in West Hollywood.
So what is your plan for relocate? Is it just like it feels like time, or is this? Are you kidding?
I mean, I feel like I'm like perpetually in a state of moving, so I almost am so sick of hearing myself talk about it because I'm like I've even told my landlord that I was like, this is next month, I'm getting out, and then it always gets pushed back. But I think once I missed my window a few months ago because of touring, but once I get a break, then I think I'll make the move.
Because you're locked into a thing that Chris and I have both been locked in, which is amazing rent on an amazing house, and that can be. I mean, this is not the first time you've heard this before, where you can be, sometimes you have to clip some branches so you can grow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I'm still here, is because my rent hasn't raised. I live like it's just me here. I can make all the noise I want, except for apparently like what my neighbor thinks that I'm doing. But we don't have band practice here. It's just I just do other recording stuff here. So it's really difficult for me to be like, okay, let me triple my rent. And
are you a person that, because I moved to New York when I was younger because I was like, well, that's the big leagues. I got to be there. If that's what I want to do, I got to be there. I'm from Atlanta. I was like, I can't live in Atlanta. That is I can't do shit there.
Yeah.
But you're pretty successful now, so it's a less risk. I feel like there's no, like, I'm going there to make it. It's just like I'm going there because it's nicer.
Yeah.
I'm going there because I made it.
I don't know if I would go for pretty successful. I would say like moderately,
Well, but you know what I mean. It's not like you're moving out to LA. You got the fucking stick with a bandana tied.
You're not
to
a
it,
small ant carrying a bundle.
Yeah.
A bindle?
Yeah, your acoustic guitar slung over your shoulder. Like I'm gonna make it. It's like you've got it going on. You have a whole thing happening. But LA is great, and you'll love it. And I know you're a big dog person. I'm not. I don't understand it at all. But LA is the haven. LA is the number one. LA is the number one place to walk dogs in the world. I would say.
So fucking hot. I was there last week, and I saw a dog with 4 little Crocs on.
Don't act like you didn't like seeing that, though.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know you like dogs, and I like I said, I don't understand it. But what is the what? I need to ask you a question because I've almost had some kind of violent neighborly interactions myself, but I was on the side of the old man that thought you were looking through his mail because if I don't bring my trash cans in West Hollywood in immediately, people like you are walking around with their little cute doggo and they put the shit in my trash can. And I know you've done that before. Admit it.
Yeah, absolutely. Why does that bother you?
I do that every day.
Trash.
No, because it's not their trash, and I don't.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's not. Look, it's not community. Community trash exists. I think that's a place for dog shit. Mm-hmm. But I just think. But I guess the other option is you have to carry shit around with you, which isn't great.
It's not like they're picking it up with their hands and like plopping it in your trash bin. It's going to be thrown away. What's the?
Well, I've got a couple pieces of info here. I think it depends. As somebody who is on both sides of this, I have 2 dogs, and I put shits in my neighbor's trash cans every single day, and people put their shits in my trash cans every single day. It really depends on how far away your trash cans are stored from your nose on your day-to-day life. If the trash cans are close to your house, especially your kitchen,
right,
exactly,
and you can open a window and then, it's 100 degrees, the smell of dog shit is slowly sous videing over days, and a waft of odor begins to enter your house, and that is where you draw the line. Yeah. Chris doesn't have the type of acreage that you might have in Nashville, where you can just put the cans over by one of the barns or something like that. You know,
That's true. That's true. I don't have the kind of acreage, and Jason is speaking because he knows me. Obviously, he's been to our house many times. But the trash cans are situated.
we'll call it a bungalow.
By kind of a back door, and it is near the kitchen. Not that I'm cooking.
Okay,
I'm not cooking.
That's a different situation.
But I just think that it just seems like like the dog owners are making an assumption that the world is their toilet, the world is their trash can. And I just wanted to talk to you about it because it seems like something that you're passionate about. And I just kind of wanted you to defend the community.
You know what? As much as I'm like, oh, I roll, like pick your battles. Every time I do it, I do kind of sneak it. So it's like, exactly. I know that I'm doing something that might not be acceptable. So I will admit that. But my situation in my neighborhood is like the trash cans are far by the street.
Yeah.
Away
of
from
course.
everything. And I'm like sneaking it in if I have to. I'm not like hitting the same trash can.
But I think what the reason I'm saying this, that LA is truly the home for dog walkers. If I leave my trash can out for 24 hours after it has been dumped, it is a quarter of the way full with stranger dog shit. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
No, I'm not. I'm honestly, I'm being funny about this because I actually don't really care, but that really happens. It's like really
okay. So in my neighborhood, if I leave the cans out for 24 hours, I'll have one, maybe two turds in total. No. But you say you'll have maybe 3-4 dozen.
No, I'm not kidding. Like it's
okay.
You have a high traffic area.
It's a high traffic. So it's a high traffic area. So I think the difference is acreage and kind of like, Jason is living in a more suburban area where I think people are not.
Yeah, it's funny. And I also I like that we started this podcast and everyone's saying like, oh, I've got no sleep and blah blah blah, and I got to do this hour of press and and you're like, we're just gonna talk about dog shit for 60 minutes, baby. Don't worry about it. But when I go over and I see the trash can on the curb, and I'll gently lift the lid, make a silent sound. I'll plop it in and close the lid. Nobody's the wiser. But if the trash can has already been picked up by the garbage truck and slammed down with the lid still open, I am now shooting basketballs from across the street into the. I'm yelling Kobe. It's landing in the plastic bin with such a thud.
Yeah,
and that's the only difference is they opened the lid instead of closed it.
Yeah, okay.
that makes. So
something to think about, Chris. Maybe put a lock on there so you can be like the ultimate narc neighbor.
I can't. I'm already. Look at me. I can't. I already look like a cop, and I just don't. I don't want to be the narc. I'm not a narc. I'm really not. I would hate to be.
That's exactly what a narc would say.
I think your situation with like a quarter of your trash can full of shit is totally different than
yes,
like, what I'm talking about.
There's levels to this shit. Literally. Literally.
Yeah.
Chris, I would love maybe an Instagram story next week when you come back to LA. I just love to see a photo of just how full of shit this can get.
Me too. I would kind of like to see that too.
Oh no, I'll text you, no problem. All right, Alicia, now in LA, this is something that you need to think about if you're looking to relocate, people put on kind of a look for the dog walk. It's not like in Nashville, you can get out there in your PJ pants and your Uggs, but in LA, you might have to.
I got the Rolex on every morning, 7 a.m.
Oh my God, yeah.
So where do you land on this? Are you just kind of roll out of bed like I'm gonna get to it, or do you kind of get yourself together?
No, I have no look. I work alone. It's like, why do I have a look? You know what I'm saying? I'm very impressed that I'm wearing jeans right now, but it took me a long time to find jeans that were this comfortable to where I would even consider wearing them, like sitting every day, all day.
I still haven't found a pair of jeans that are comfortable.
Yeah.
Really?
What brand of jeans are we talking about?
My God, I can't even say it because I'm going to sound like such a bougie asshole.
Do you know who you're talking to?
This is the right podcast for that. Yeah, go ahead, please.
I wore $1,200 pants yesterday. Welcome home, honey.
Oh, okay. Then I'm way less of an asshole than you because these are way not even close to that. But they're this company called Closed Denim.
Oh, I've seen this on Instagram. I think I've got.
They're so soft. Yeah, but you can find them on sale to where they're not like $365 jeans. Okay, so
no, but this is like
$100. Denim.
I've seen this because it's kind of like a hot girl brand is how I would describe it.
No, I don't think it is.
Well, we're not asking you. We're telling you that it's a hot girl brand.
This is a compliment. This is a compliment. Just take it.
been in the store, it's dedicated denim. It's like only denim. That's what they do. And I feel like if it was hot girl denim, you would throw in like a crop top. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, do not come for our friends at Brandy Melville like that. They're one of our close. We have close relationships over there. No, this is actually I think it's German, maybe.
Yeah.
Is that okay? That I definitely know. Okay, I know what this is. So
maybe it is.
So you found, but are these jeans kind of are they flowing? Is that part of the reason they're comfortable?
Are they a boyfriend jean?
Yeah,
Be honest.
They're not a boyfriend jean, but they're not totally different than a boyfriend jean. I have one pair that's like almost baggy, which honestly, that's like the only thing. No, that's not a lie. That's not the only thing. But as far as things that are like coming back from the 90s, not baggy, but like looser jeans, I am so on board with. And then other ones that are like, I guess more similar to boyfriend jeans. They're just straighter.
So did you go through
so boring? Are we really gonna
This is what we talk about. Did you go through did you go through a crazy skinny jeans phase you want to admit to where it was deeply uncomfortable?
No, but like I feel like there was a while where that was all you could get, and it was after COVID. That was just
things changed.
Totally not tolerable. Yeah, you're like, there's no fucking way I'm gonna sit in skinny jeans, you know?
What my testicles went through in the 2007 to 2012
exactly
time frame.
Exactly. I'm infertile. Cheap Monday made me infertile, so it's been a tough ride.
I don't even have to pull out.
You know?
It doesn't matter. I had cheap Mondays.
I had cheap Mondays. I had black cheap Mondays.
I mean, it's
painted
not
on.
comfortable. Yeah, it's awful, especially like if you're sitting all day. No.
What do you wear on stage though? Are you trying, because you got to look cool, but you also want to be comfortable while rocking, or not even?
I don't look cool on stage.
What do you?
I am all about comfort all the time. I have like sensory things. So with the fabric, I'll change my hoodie. I'll change into 5 different hoodies before I know the one that I want to wear for the day. But it's all the same thing, just like maybe a different color, like a dark gray and a black. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, sure.
So it's a good. I like the juxtaposition of the OCD behavior with, hoodie wearing.
It's true. It's true. If you have like bad ADHD or something, your like fabric sensories are just like you're like unsettled unless it feels right. This is how extreme it is. When I get a new hoodie, I will flip it. I feel so bad for my band every time I like go into discussions like this, because I'm like, Jesus Christ, they're probably like,
they're happy to get a check. Don't worry.
Person is so taxing to be around. But I'll flip it inside out and I'll wear it inside out, wash it inside out until it gets the perfect level of matted and not too fuzzy. And only then will I flip it the right way and wear it normally. It's like it has to go through a process for me to join the club.
To achieve the correct patina and softness and worn in. And do you have like a ballpark figure on how many times you have to do a reverse wash before it's ready to hit the town?
I mean, I would say 17. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not 17 to 24. But I'm not like washed over and over again.
Right.
I'm just like, if I do a load, that hoodie's gonna go in. I'm just including it with every load.
Oh, I understand. All I'm hearing is a person who knows exactly what they want and they're willing to do what it takes to get there. And I think that's commendable, and you shouldn't worry about that at all.
Okay.
I totally agree. I'm a little bit of a freak like that as well. Like, I want my clothes to be worn in. A lot of them I just buy, because they're old, so I buy them that way. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Totally.
But I understand what you're saying, but I like that you know the range of washes that it takes. It's almost like you do this for a living.
Yeah. Because I'm working for it. I'm working for the comfort.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You're working for
it. On stage, it's like I cannot fathom the idea of ever having to. I never want to wear something that I'm having to think about while I play. Like, I already have so many things to think about. The idea of adding something in my wardrobe is stress about is like, I won't even consider it.
Okay. So are you a uniform dresser, like a Steve Jobs style, where you just, I know what it's one last, I have to figure out A minor to B this and all my lyrics, and like I don't need to think about like, is this tie
Yeah.
where looking good. You know what I mean?
I mean, that would be assuming that I know chords or what I'm playing, which I don't. Which I think is, like what makes it even stressful, or because I can't even ask somebody like what I'm playing. It's like they're like, I don't know what the fuck you're playing, but yeah, it's always just like a t-shirt and jeans, or usually like a tank top and jeans. And then sneaker wise, I would wear cooler stuff, but I have to navigate my pedal board, so it's like, you wear the wrong shoes or docks or something, you'll step down and the little clicker will get stuck in your shoes.
This is actually something I've never heard about, and this is musicians we need more visibility with musicians.
Do you have some big ass feet or something? What's going on over there?
I have the smallest feet. I can shop in the children's department, but I have 14 pedals on my pedal board, and it's like I'm tap dancing. It's like,
okay.
So it's just, you can't wear big shoes or you'll miss them, or it's like not gonna click
you
right.
You need a shoe with a more precise tip. For tapping.
Yeah, I need like a Converse.
No, I think
like
a tasteful pair of kind of like,
Manolos, I'm thinking.
Yeah, Chanel, Prada. Like, I feel like it may be a heel.
Oh my God.
It's,
can you imagine?
I really didn't know that, because the pedal stuff, as a music enjoyer, I know they're necessary, but I always forget that they're, unless you stomp on them performatively, which some people do, it's part of the act. Are you stomping or are you tapping?
I'm doing whatever I need to do to get the pedal to click, I guess.
Whatever it takes to get the job done, brother.
I'm not like lifting up my knee and then like stomping down. I'm not like trying to make it dramatic.
Okay,
I'm just like to get the job done.
You're not abusing the big muff. You're treating the big muff nicely and just tapping politely.
I would say if I'm stomping, sometimes I'm stomping, that would be more so like a distortion pedal that I know and love, that I've stomped on many times. But
they know it. They know it's coming. They know it's coming.
They kind of like it, actually.
Yeah.
They like it.
It's kind of the only way I can distort, if you know what I mean.
Have you seen, just since we're on the subject of pedals, have you seen any footage of Ed Sheeran live?
No.
Do you know?
I don't feel like I have much opinion as far as like radio music goes, but for some reason,
you ain't fucking with Ed like that?
It's weird being in the rock world because it's so small these days, because everything for the past 7 years has been like acoustic singer-songwriter or like Starbucks music. So anytime there's like a big rock band going on tour, you're like, that would be really cool if I could open for that, because it's so rare that there's a band like actually a good fit. Like when we opened for the Pixies recently, it was such a good fit, and it couldn't have been better. And usually it's like, I've had a handful of experiences where I get on stage and I'm like, your crowd is going to like fucking hate this. And I tell you what, oftentimes they do.
Yeah, no, sure.
I thought the crowd was going to hate us, and they did.
They did exactly. Well, is it, so with someone like the Pixies, somebody in the band just likes you and is like, I like this music, let's do it? Is that, or is it like they don't really care if the audience is going to like it, is my point?
I don't think they care. I mean, I feel like they've been doing this for so long. They're probably just like, I don't care who opens this tour. But
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, I would love
to
think that they picked me, but I think the reality is they're like, I don't know, is this band like chill? Can they like act normal in a situation like this? Because what if you had a band that was...
Are they going to embarrass me?
I was like thinking about this because it's so... Schedules like that are so strict, and we were first of 3, and it's like a 30-minute set. It's like not a minute under, not a minute over. You have to be, it's like boot camp kind of, in like a good way. Like you always have to be ready. You have to have your shit set up. Like there's no slacking. And so many times on that tour, I was just thinking like, what if a band that was partying or drinking was on this tour? I feel like they would just get like kicked off for bigger tours like this, because everyone would be like, A, this is not your show, and B, we're not going to tolerate this, which I love. I'm like,
you like boot camp. You're fine with that.
I do, yeah. And I love a 30-minute set.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something, Alicia. We all like that, and I went to Drake the other night. The shit is over 2 hours. The Cure was over 3 hours. Like, what are we doing? I don't want to see anybody play for that long.
No way. 2 hours, like 2.5 hours. Someone was telling me that Taylor Swift plays for like 3.5 hours. I was just
I think that those level of artists feel a guilt for the ticket price.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
are like, I have to do this, and it's like, no, you don't. Like we'll pay to see like Taylor Swift. You can do an hour, and I'm probably good.
Yeah,
hour and a half max.
You know what I do when I feel guilty about the ticket price? I lower the ticket price.
Yeah. I was apologizing to people on the Pixies tour when I would go to the merch table and they would say, I came for you. I always am like, I'm so sorry that you had to pay $60 to see a Bully set. Like, definitely not worth it. Not to talk shit on myself, but I take it personally. I feel bad. I'm like, do you want a t-shirt for free? Like, how can I make up for this?
No. Look, I think anyone
don't do that. You can't let your imposter syndrome get in the way of chasing a bag, okay?
Yeah, you need to be more of a bag chaser. You need to be more of a bag chaser, Alicia. I can tell. Are you
okay?
Are you not
imposter's been here?
Are you not about your money like that?
No, I don't know. I think it's my low self-esteem getting, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not allowed behind the merch table because I will give the reason like our tour started doing merch is because I will just give stuff away because I'm like, don't worry about it. You don't want to spend $40 here. Like, it's fine. Like, it's not, you know, like I still feel.
Don't worry about it.
I'll buy this.
Don't worry.
And you know that if you give it away, then the $40 comes out of your pocket, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, just making sure.
I just want to clear. Are you looking for new management? Chris is down.
Well, I mean, sure.
You're like, yeah, whatever. I don't know if you can get me to
join the team,
make more money.
Come on, the team.
Well, I was just saying, I wonder if the mentality behind that is like, I think if you come up doing music or anything in the arts, there's this mentality that it's like you should be lucky to even get this opportunity. You know what I'm saying? We don't really want to pay you this much. Like you're, you know, and so it's like you just get kind of used to that and you want to accommodate that when really it's like, okay, well, nobody's actually paying us shit anymore because of Spotify. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but I think that I don't know. Maybe that has nothing to do with it.
No, that has everything to do with it.
No, definitely.
And I agree with you because I have a lot of your same traits with, you know, just that type of insecurity, controlling things like that, where like, but you know, it comes with time and experience, and you meet people who are like, hey, like I make enough money to be able to afford this ticket to come see you, and I love supporting you because I love the art that you create. It makes my life better. I'd rather give you $30 than like fucking Netflix. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, of course, at that point, you have to be their friend forever, and you have to respond to every single DM and play at their wedding and all that stuff. But, you know, it beats working at UPS, right?
Honestly, I feel like I would play some weddings. If the price was right.
Have you not done a wedding? I feel like you'll do one at some point.
No, I haven't.
What's your fan base looking like, though? Is it guys that look like me, or is it like young people?
I would say a lot of LGBTQ.
Oh, so you can just identify them from the stage. That's interesting.
So you're stereotyping their sexuality based on their looks?
I talk to people after the show.
No, I know.
I'm not a monster.
So you're like, hey, thanks for coming to the show. Is you gay?
Yeah. Raise your hand.
Okay. People that appear to be leaning queer.
I mean, I'm in the club. I'm not. Yeah.
Sure.
The demographic, it's all over the place.
Okay, so LGBTQ plus, and then some creepy straight dudes?
For sure, yeah. Always.
For sure, creepy straight dudes. Okay, always. So it's a show. Got it.
Exactly. If you're a woman making music, you unfortunately depend on the ticket sales to creepy dudes to kind of keep the van gassed.
God, yeah.
Unfortunately, you can't pay for gas with like, I painted this picture of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do people bring you stuff? Is it like, do people bring you shit?
Yeah, sometimes.
Cookies, baked goods, quilts?
I get nice gifts. Like I get notes or I get like little bracelets, and I actually have a box that I keep notes in every time I'm given one from somebody. I don't want to say from a fan, somebody who paid for a show. I think it's like the music is like very vulnerable.
I think if somebody takes the time to write a handwritten note and give it to you, we can call them a fan. I know it's weird to say my fans, and we don't have to do that, but
yeah.
That is very sweet. We have never received any, you know, like your music changed my life.
Well, someone would maybe pass me a note that said like, "I'm going to kill you," but definitely not something nice.
Somebody, we've been served court documents on stage.
Exactly.
In a large manila envelope.
Mine are usually like very thoughtful things that I keep, and then when I
don't doubt.
Then when I'm really like what the fuck am I doing with my life? Or like feeling very not good about my choices, then I'll sometimes crack one of those notes open. I'll be like, they said this song was pretty good. Like, keep going.
I think that's sweet.
It
I think
does
that's
a lot
very
for
healthy
me.
as well.
No, that's
Yeah.
very nice. I mean, that's amazing to have that sitting in your closet, and you're like, I can pull on this when I need to.
Yeah.
Why can't I have a fan of my music as a little treat, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice.
It keeps you going when you have low self-esteem. And you stop bringing this up, but it's like, I don't know, it is really sweet.
I mean, well, I think it's easy to think. Well, I mean, this record though has gotten like really great reviews, right? Like it's pretty positive across the board. Do you look at shit like that or no?
I was talking about this with my friend who's putting a record out today. We were talking about this yesterday. To me, the idea of like a music critic is so whatever. I'm just gonna say it. I don't give a shit. It's just such an eye roll. It's like the thought of like somebody being like, let me decide for you what I think about this. Like, I would never assume that anybody gives a shit about like how this thing resonated with me. I mean, I know it's people's jobs, but it's kind of funny, right? Like, it's a little bit goofy. It's just
Oh, I know. I mean, I think I read them to read them. I don't read them to be told what to like and not like.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? But I think a lot of
Yeah.
people don't have that. Not that I'm a genius by any means, but I think a lot of people don't approach it that way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Like if a review decides before you get a chance to decide
Yeah.
feel
yeah.
about the music, or it sways like your relationship with it, that sucks. Like
That does
I
suck.
agree. Yeah, I agree.
I think that criticism of all types, especially music, is something that is a little antiquated, and it's not as necessary now when everyone can just look at Spotify and listen to the thing instantly versus like,
Yeah, it
I need
feels-
to figure out
yeah.
what my favorite writer at Rolling Stone thinks about the new Radiohead before I go to the store and spend $20 on the CD. Nowadays, you can kind of decide for yourself, but also the thing that I like about criticism is that if you find a critic of anything, it could be restaurants or movies or whatever, if you really like them and you feel like this person's opinions on things resonate with you, then if they say like, hey, this random record from Bully is really good, I love it, you're going to make a lot of new fans, and like, hey, I trust this person's taste and have a new thing. But also, if you don't leave negative reviews to show people what you don't like, then nobody's going to get excited when you do like something. So
yeah.
which I mean, obviously you understand that.
I don't have Yelp or anything.
Well, we definitely don't need peer generated reviews.
I've never left a review on anything in my life.
No, I think that shit. I mean, it's crazy to me. Like, obviously, like reading, reviews in Pitchfork or whatever is like, you're right. That's like somebody's job. Like, people take it really seriously.
Yeah.
Reading my peers' reviews on Yelp of like a Thai restaurant, that is fucking insane.
No.
Like, I do not care what you think about this. Like, I do not care.
One time I found an old bandmate's girlfriend's Yelp page, and that is a funny. I mean, that will really tell you about a person. That is kind of like a gold, like jackpot. You're like, oh my God, I just found that you review everything publicly, which is
I mean, that's insane.
yeah, and then B, like what you're saying.
That's like people who leave their Venmo on public.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want me to know that you're so cheap that you charge your friend $5 for a latte? Like, hide that.
Yeah.
It's really easy to hide that. Like, it's really easy. It's set up to hide.
Have you read the sugar-free Habanero? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Gummy bears reviews on Amazon.
No.
Sugar-free Haribo. No.
It's so good. My siblings and I took turns reading them one Christmas. Like,
because people take it so seriously.
They're all talking about how they had like insane diarrhea from them, but everyone's like going in like
have heard
in
this.
depth, like paragraphs of stories and like feeding off the other one, and it's like it's so funny.
That's the perfect thing to do on Christmas with all of your siblings when you don't have much to do. That's an amazing holiday activity. Yeah, I do remember that.
That's really funny.
Everyone was feeding off the energy of like, I'm glad that you mentioned on day 3, that's when the shivering started to happen, because I as well.
But yeah, when review, I mean, the best thing, because I hate read Stereo Gum a lot for some reason, but the comments turn into it so quickly devolves into like an argument about something, whereas this Haribo story sounds like it was more like everyone relating to each other and sharing an experience. So
it's like an Al-Anon meeting.
Yeah, exactly. It's really AA,
but with diarrhea.
Yeah, but it's like that really
potentially blue colored.
That's really exactly. That's heartwarming to me. Kind of.
That's heartwarming. There was like a unisex item on Amazon. I don't remember what it was, but there was a review that also it was a similar thing where someone asked like, "Is this for men?" And everybody was just like, I don't know, if you use this product, like you might lose your beard and your flannels. And everybody was just like riffing on it because it was totally like, a unisex thing. And it was
like toothpaste or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was like
can men use this lotion?
Can dudes use this? I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, he's trying.
Alicia, thank you for joining us today on How Long Gone. It was a pleasure. I'm a big fan. I think the record is A++, and I hope everyone goes and listens to it. We need more of this kind of music in the world, so I appreciate you.
Yay, thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's called Lucky for You, and it's out now on Sub Pop everywhere that you stream music, right?
Yeah.
We'll come see you if the tour lines up. I'd love to come.
Yeah, let me know. I can't believe this is over already. I feel like we talked about nothing with any sort of like.
That's what we do here. I've read all your kind of heart pouring interviews. You've done that other places. We don't need that.
This is great.
We don't need that. We don't need
this
that.
Is ideal for me.
We don't need that for you. Have a good day. We'll see you soon.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Alicia.
Thanks, guys. That was fun.